Hey y'all, we are upstairs in our small house and we're just gonna make a quick video on how we determined that there was asbestos in this apartment up here, what we saw, what made us think it was asbestos, and how we took samples and where we sent them. So Will's gonna run you through that and I'm going to run the camera.
All right, introduction to asbestos. Basically, asbestos is a natural occurring fiber, but they used it for decades, even as long as 4,000 years ago, to create materials that were fire resistant and durable. Particularly after 1900 in the United States, they used it to create a lot of products that were either fire resistant or incredibly durable, like siding on the outsides of houses, flooring tiles, fire retardant sheetrock, drop ceiling tiles. You can find that it was in anything from caulk even to just about any product from that era. This particular building that we're in was built in 1950. Anytime a building was built pre-1990, I always feel like it's important to do a quick sweep to see what you've got, maybe for asbestos, a visual. When we pulled the carpet back, we found that these tiles were a 9x9, which you can see right there is 9x9. And if a flooring tile is 9x9 and it's this vinyl composite, there's a high chance, based on my experience, that it will probably include asbestos in some of its makeup. It's really called an asbestos containing material, an ACM, because the product is not 100% asbestos. You see the samples that Rainey's videoing right now, we found those glued to a cabinet, and you can see that this particular sample is the one that they chose for the flooring in this unit.
Oh, that matches up well, actually.
So these are two different ages, 1950, and then probably these are more from the 70s, but they're the same type of tile. We sent off a sample of each one. This is what's called a non-friable asbestos product, which means you can walk on it, you can mop it, you can clean it, you can handle it, and you're not releasing asbestos fibers as readily until you start cutting it or sanding on it or drilling holes in it. Then you do release the asbestos fibers. So this was non-friable, so I took a sample, we mailed it off. We've got a report, which basically I just labeled them by where we pulled them from, and we did them for all the different floors. The other thing I've learned is if you have an asbestos tile, there's a chance that the glue on the back is also asbestos. So I also asked for a sample of the glue. You can see right here, they tell you what this is chrysotile, which is 90% of building materials that have asbestos, it's chrysotile. And they tell you the percentage makeup of each one. Anything over 1% can be dangerous and needs to be remediated by a professional. So these are tiles. We had one that came back, one adhesive that came back non-asbestos, which was the adhesive in the room we're standing in.
That's where it says mastic, that's the adhesive.
Right, the mastic, yep, the glue.
Okay.
And so all the other ones came back positive at some percentage, 4.5%, 10%, 15%. The one that's most disturbing and is in a different room, there's some pipe insulation on this property that was put in. Pipe insulation is usually very friable, meaning as soon as you touch it, it turns into powder. Our particular pipe insulation is 60% asbestos, which means it's incredibly dangerous to handle. They will remove it for us at some point when they come to do the asbestos abatement.
So show us in here which flooring came back as asbestos. Is it just the green or
The green, and so the thing you have to watch for in an old property, obviously, is for stuff to be covered up. So these 12x12 tiles were put in the, who knows, the 80s. They are not asbestos, they're just laid on top. But you can see where we peel them back, underneath those.
So you did not even send this off as a sample because of why?
Because of the age. The age and the size, I didn't even send it off.
Okay.
But then underneath it, of course, we have a second layer, and that is the type that is asbestos. And I just measured that and said, oh, that's only 9 inches. There's a good chance.
That's the same green as it just went
As the
under, and
rest
then
of-
this secondary
They just covered
was
it.
a layer.
And then when you look right here, you see the black glue. So on the back of these tiles, when you pull them off, you request to have the glue and the tile tested, and this glue came back as non-asbestos glue. In 2 of the other rooms, it came back as asbestos.
So this whole room, the mastic is non-asbestos, or
This
just
whole
this particular
upstairs,
section?
this whole
Okay.
upstairs. And so I try to take a sample from a couple places. You see I sent one from there, I sent one from the other side of the room, just to be on the safe side that maybe they didn't do something in one part, use a different glue and you didn't know it or something like that.
And did we send any samples here?
This floor doesn't have it, somebody already removed it. So when I peeled this floor back, somebody in the past did it without abating it. And this whole entire part of the upstairs over here doesn't have any tile underneath it. Somebody pulled it out. Same thing with the bathroom, it's just a sheet vinyl. And then this black glue is what they said did not have asbestos. So we sent off samples of the black glue and they said it did not have asbestos.
That was the last entry on that report.
Right.
Okay. All right, anything else we need to know about asbestos, just from a quick visual?
I'd say better safe than sorry. If it's really fibrous or it's from an era pre-1980, it's better to spend a little bit of money to get it tested than it is to end up demolishing a whole bunch of asbestos and causing yourself future harm. The scary part of asbestos is it doesn't affect you for at least 10 to 40 years. So.
And what percentage of this floor, upstairs and downstairs, what percentage of this building did we decide was asbestos flooring and mastic for remediation?
Downstairs, almost 100%, including the mastic. Upstairs, it's probably about 60% of the floor is asbestos tile with mastic.
All right.
And then we've got insulation under the house and in the boiler room that they'll be doing at the same time, and it's just on the pipes from the old boiler. If you have a boiler in your property, chances are if it was put in any time before the 60s, it has asbestos insulation. There's a high chance of that. And ours did. We sent it off, came back 60%.
All right. Thank you, Will.
Yes, ma'am.